So today we are going to be doing a this or that of classic Halloween tropes, whether it is TV shows, snacks, or not snacks, TV shows, Halloween specials, or decorations. Which, if you're not following us on Instagram, you can follow Brandon at,
What is my Instagram? No, I'm just kidding. Retro Junk CT.
and I am the Doc Retro. And you can also follow the podcast at Nostalgia Junkies Pod. But on the Doc Retro, I've been throwing up our various this or that's every now and then.
He's been throwing up.
Yeah, some of the reels recently have been terrible. But I put all these polls up there, and you can vote there, and then we'll talk about the results here on the show. But our first this or that, which TV show are you going to watch? Goosebumps or Are You Afraid of the Dark?
So, love Goosebumps books. Prefer Are You Afraid of the Dark as a show.
Really?
Yeah, I think I just watched it more. And even just the freaking opening sequence for Are You Afraid of the Dark freaked me out as a kid. And I didn't really watch as much Goosebumps. So I'd probably have to go. If we're going strictly the show, then Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yeah, I wanted this one to be strictly the show because I think we've done Goosebumps for Scary Stories books.
Yeah.
Which I'll do Scary Stories books all day.
Yeah.
But if we're talking the shows, I have to go Goosebumps.
Do you?
Yeah, I agree that the Are You Afraid of the Dark intro is better. But I think when it comes down to iconic stories, and maybe this is because the Goosebumps
But they have
TV
a
show.
tie over to the books.
I think that's
so we
where
already knew the books and the titles before.
And I think that's for me where it is a bit of an unfair comparison. But if I'm going to choose which one to watch, it's going to be Goosebumps because the stories are more iconic.
Yeah. Now, I do love the new Goosebumps series that they've been doing.
Which one?
I didn't watch the second. I didn't watch
Don't.
the David Schwimmer one
Don't.
yet.
It
But-
was not as good. It was good, not as good.
Justin Long was fantastic in the
Oh my
first series. I really enjoyed it.
That post-credit scene in the first series, phenomenal.
Yes.
I think it got canceled. I don't think it's coming back for a third season. I
wish they just continued the first storyline.
agreed. Because the way that they do it, it's kind of like how the original series was an anthology, and each episode was individual. Right now, each Goosebumps series is standalone.
Yeah, but the first season, each episode had a new story, but the main story was still all tied together.
No, I'm talking about like the '90s show. The '90s show,
gotcha.
each episode was independent.
Yes, correct.
But yes, the new one, while each episode was independent in the newest series, there was an overarching, but like season 1 and season 2
Right,
independent. It'd be nice if they brought back it for season 3 and there was some sort of crossover
Anything to go back to finish off the story of the first.
with Justin Long.
Yes.
Yes, that needs to make a return.
I
But
loved it.
Instagram voted with me.
I'm not surprised by that.
It was 56% to 44%, so it was very close.
Close, but Goosebumps is a Goosebumps.
Which, I mean, when we did our Goosebumps versus Scary Stories, it was like 90-10. So,
Exactly.
which I will always and forever be Camp Scary Stories.
I don't blame you for that.
Yeah, I tried to get Jocelyn to watch the movie the other night.
Not having it.
No, we watched Twilight instead.
Oh yes, I saw your post.
I was not happy with that. I am neither Team Bella or Jacob or Edward or whatever their names are. Steven. Our next this or that, iconic Halloween specials.
Mm-hmm.
It's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, or Simpsons Treehouse of Horror.
Right off the bat, it'll always be It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, and they're really gonna hate us this episode. But I'm just not a Simpsons guy in general. Never have been. Don't care for it.
See, this is why it's nice to have a third, because we are very similar. Because I agree, it's Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. I grew up on that every single year.
Yep.
We watched that.
Mm-hmm.
It was, and especially back in the day, like growing up in the 90s and early 2000s, you sat around and watched the specials together as a family, because it wasn't like, oh, let's go on Netflix and see what's on Netflix. It was showing this one time on ABC, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's your one time
It's
to watch
still hard to find them to watch on streaming right
Well,
now.
because now they're all on Apple.
Right.
Apple bought the rights, which, I mean, go on YouTube. It's free, but you did not hear that here.
Yeah.
We stream an Apple podcast and we support Apple products.
I got a rock. Yeah. But
yeah,
it's
no-
just, it was no, there was, Simpsons had no fight in the game for this one for me. I don't.
Well, especially you said you didn't grow up on Simpsons. I was not allowed to watch Simpsons in my household.
Yeah.
And I had to sneak watching it. And when I watched it, there were better things on TV at that time.
Yeah.
And so I don't think I really watched a Simpsons episode until the movie came out. I think I went and I saw the movie with friends.
Yeah.
And then that was, or it was in the drive-in and it was like paired up with something. But that was the first time I really ever watched The Simpsons.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and I can personally like appreciate The Simpsons and what they've done, and just even how everything seems to tie into a Simpsons episode and current events.
They
and
predict
stuff.
the future
Yeah.
and all of that. And
It's crazy how many line up, but
well, it's like I got a kick out of because we were at Shop the Curiosities Nostalgia Show this past weekend, and our buddy Spruce Retro Game Hunting. Something was playing, and he goes, "Oh, all I can think of is that Simpsons episode," and I just kind of looked at him like,
sure,
"Cool, bud." And he goes, "You know the episode I'm talking about?" I'm like, "I do not know the episode you're talking about. I've seen maybe 10 episodes in my entire life."
Yeah,
It is a series that I feel like I want to watch from start to finish.
there's
Just-
a lot of it.
There is, but just to understand it.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's not something I feel like I need
I
to
guess-
watch.
Dude, I don't know what it is. I'm a strange one who doesn't really like the adult cartoon genre in general. I don't like Family Guy. I don't like Futurama. I don't like. Yeah,
I was offended with that one.
Yeah, it's just not my thing.
Yeah, no, I get it.
South Park is hilarious. I watched that a lot in my teenage years, but outside of that, not really.
Yeah, I mean,
Beavis and Butthead too, actually.
I like Beavis and Butthead. I love South Park. Futurama's honestly probably
I know
It-
you like Futurama.
it's one of my favorite shows. It's one of my favorite shows, especially as a mathematician.
Fair.
Like the science and the math that's present in that show is normally accurate.
Yeah, yeah.
Like there's that whole episode, which I'm going to talk about. The episode you probably have no idea what I'm talking about.
Not at all.
But hopefully some of our listeners know what I'm talking about. There was an episode where the characters change bodies, but the trick was they couldn't go back to the body they had just changed out of. So in order to get back to their original body, they had to write a theorem for the actual show that showed how to basically solve this problem. And I think it was done by Bubblegum Tate in the episode, which is a Harlem Globetrotter. But there was an actual math theorem that was written for the show, or that they used to do this episode.
I mean, that's impressive.
And when I was in college, they actually brought in people that like talked about this theorem.
That's pretty cool.
And it was funny because I was sitting in this presentation and they kept referring it to as the Jamaican guy, the lobster creature, the old man. I'm like, I'm sorry, you mean Hermes, Zoidberg, Professor Farnsworth?
Yeah.
And it's like every time they would talk about something, and at that point I'd watched the show religiously, that I knew who swapped with who, and they had a diagram and it was incorrect and I called it out.
Oh my God. Of course you did.
But I also was not the greatest student in the math department. So like my math teachers thought that I was lying, and I showed them and they're like, "Oh, he actually is telling the truth."
Yeah. Oh my God.
But in regards to our polls for The Great Pumpkin versus Simpsons Treehouse of Horror, it was 53% for The Great Pumpkin and 47% for Treehouse of Horror.
I expected it to be close, to be honest with you.
I thought it'd be close. I thought it would have been reversed. I thought there'd be more people for Simpsons.
I was just going to say that. I thought Simpsons would be higher just because they've been ongoing throughout multiple generations. And like people, it's still current. People know Simpsons. Like, not younger generations don't all know Peanuts. Like I would think they would know Simpsons. So,
Well, and especially the current young generation, because
right.
like we talked about, Apple has had the rights for 5-6 years now.
Yeah. Yep.
Our last this or that, we're going to talk about decorations. And I already know
Ha.
we're going to be aligned.
Yep.
Because whenever we go flea marketing or hunting or tag sailing, we typically will send pictures of these to each other. Which are the best decorations? Blow molds or inflatables?
For those of you who don't know what a blow mold is, it's kind of like injected plastic in the shape of, ghosts and witches and pumpkins that light up, as opposed to the inflatables, which are just inflatable,
They look like wacky, waveable, inflatable, arm waving tube men.
which most people have in their yards for holidays now is inflatables. Clearly, mine is blow molds. It's just old school, nostalgic, vintage Halloween. I don't know when they started doing inflatables, like hardcore.
I'd say probably late 90s, early 2000s.
It had to
Or
be early
hardcore.
2000s.
Yeah. I think they started to pop up late 90s, early 2000s as a majority. I mean, I'd even say last 10 years.
Yeah. So, I mean, inflatables are cool. My kids love them and stuff like that. But, I mean, if you want an old school vintage Halloween, you got to go blow molds.
I agree. I think that the blow molds, they have that more nostalgic vibe to it.
Yep.
I think that they are, I personally feel that they are far more interesting.
Oh, they are.
And they're cooler looking. I think the variety you can get with inflatables is nicer.
Yep.
Because, I mean, we have a skeleton dinosaur that's an inflatable, and we have a pumpkin dinosaur that's an inflatable.
Yeah, where are they? What are you waiting for?
Listen, I've been busy. I'm going to Arkansas in a couple days. Actually, at the time that this episode drops, I will be getting ready to fly to Arkansas for Retrofest.
Well, you better get them things out there by the time you get back. There's only going to be a couple weeks till Halloween.
I know, dude. It's been crazy. It's been crazy. But no, I agree. Blow molds, they're far superior. It's sad that they're not as obtainable anymore because the only way to get them is really to find them at tag sales or flea markets
or online and pay way too much for them.
Yeah, because everyone knows what they have.
What was our poll?
Our poll was 75% blow molds and 25% inflatables.
I'm actually surprised by that one, too.
Yeah, I thought people would have gone for the inflatables just for the ease of access. But I think people kind of agreed with us that while the inflatables have good variety, blow molds are they're more nostalgic.
Just straight up nostalgia factor. I also love those other ones that were cardboard, but they fanned out. The almost like a Japanese lantern. Like
yes,
the paper.
Yes. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh my god, my grandmother had so many. I love them.
I mean, even the paper hangers are phenomenal too.
Oh, all the what's that company?
Skulls
Beast Soul,
yes,
or whatever that makes them. Yeah,
yeah. We have a skull and a witch and the black cat with the moon behind it.
Yeah,
like those are. We could sit here and talk about various Halloween decorations all night.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, they're phenomenal. I love them.
Me too. Vintage Halloween and vintage Christmas decorations are just we'll get to Christmas in a couple months, but yeah.
But, I mean, I'm sure you remember the house I'm trying to think geologically about a mile and a half, probably actually between where you and I currently are in our residences, that had the coffin in the front yard.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So the people who go all out for Halloween. Oh, I don't want it to be my house.
That's fair.
But I love it when I see it.
It's so good.
I still think one of the coolest experiences and scariest experiences that I had as a kid, there was someone who dressed up as like a leaf bag scarecrow on their front step.
Oh no.
And I was probably 7 or 8 years old going up to get some candy, and all of a sudden this person just jumps up and scares the living crap out of me.
Yep. Been there. And
I did not want to go get candy. I'm like, throw it into the bag.
Yeah.
But what do you say we go on to our meat and potatoes?
Let's do it.